Welcome to BKS1radio.com. The incredible Faith Evans.
All right.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, man.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome to the show.
Is this the incredible, the talented, the beautiful Faith Evans?
That is me. How
Ah.
are you doing?
All right.
How are
fine.
you, Faith? Wow.
Definitely.
Let me tell you, you have.
I am good. I'm good. Just out here on the highway,
Okay.
running from state to state.
I'm saying ain't nothing wrong with a
Ain't
good
nothing
drive
wrong
on a
with
beautiful
that.
day.
Let me tell you, you've been getting so
No.
much love, Faith, on BKS1radio.com. People miss you,
Yeah.
Faith.
We
They
need
miss
you.
so
we need
much.
you back. We glad you're back.
Thank you. Actually, it was funny because when I just called and before we got through, and I was holding my song was playing, so I'm like, that's a good sign right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, can I tell you something? The vocals, and that was going already. That was the first single right off your new album.
That's a great song, too.
Mhm.
All right, now,
Yes.
your vocals, just without a shadow of a doubt, has always been incredible. I'm sitting up there listening to your riffs and your runs, and you know I still get goosebumps when you sing. Yeah, I'm a grown man. I'm going to admit it.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, look, that's okay. I mean, I ain't mad at that because sometimes I do too. trying to get the notes out.
So right away, you know, a lot of people text us and they went on our site and they hit us up with questions. And we got so many emails. You know, please answer this. I'm gonna ask you one that I want to know personally.
Yeah, me too.
Why 5 years?
That was my
Why
first question.
5 years
Definitely.
for a new album from Faith?
You know, it wasn't definitely, by design, but, first and foremost, had I, gone back in and did another album 4 years ago on my last label, I don't really know, I know the album would have been great, but I don't know how it would have been handled because, they were going through some internal changes in their infrastructure that I felt would have ultimately affected, how my project was handled. So I chose to wait that one out. And in the meantime, I had my fourth child. I wrote my memoirs.
Right.
Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing stuff, but I just everything wasn't aligned right for me to to go in and do any music until I got my new situation with E1 Music. So I felt like if I'm gonna do it again, I got to be in the driver's seat, and I knew I wanted to do an indie deal. So it wasn't idle time, though. But and shout out to everybody who supported my memoir, because it did really well considering that I didn't heavily promote it.
So let me
But
ask.
it won't be 5 years for the next one.
Let me ask you about your memoirs. Now you can pick that up in the stores now, in the bookstores now.
Oh yeah, it's still in stores. It's Amazon.com, all of that. I'm sure it's in paperback, so it's actually that's a good thing.
Now, Faith, this is Chill, Mr. Keep It Real. Once again, welcome back on the scene because we do a lot of reviews and we are reviewing your new CD tonight, this evening at 10 p.m.
Good.
Eastern. And to all our fans, we do it on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest score you can get, extremely hot, and then 1 being, of course, proverbial garbage. Let's keep it real.
A little icy.
Yeah. Now, through everything you've been through, a lot of times artists reflect their real life on their music. So is that something to look forward to in your new album? I mean, you've been from everything emotionally to tops to highs, the lows. Can we expect to hear that in your singing on this new album?
Definitely, but even the song, every song, of course, is not super autobiographical or whatever. But most situations in life we can all relate to if we haven't. We probably have been through most of the same ups and downs. It's just on a different level, of course, when you're on a certain platform and looked at as a celebrity, and you connect with people through your music. It kind of puts a little more focus on that stuff, but. I mean, even the songs that aren't, really personal, because there's a few records that were already written when I got them, and I just did very minor, rewriting or arrangement to them. But you could tell that whether it's the arrangements or the, harmony pattern, that they were their Faith Evans record, you know.
Right.
But I think even if it's just, you know, the way I sing it, you know, that might be just based on my feeling for it, even if the story itself isn't so personal. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Faith, this
But
is
yes, you're definitely going to. I mean, definitely my views on things, you know, with
Yes.
the more inspirational songs on there, you know, that's more, I would say, of my personal feelings straight up and down, where this is how I feel about stuff, this is how I try and look at stuff, this is how I try to handle it, and, you know, hopefully that'll inspire somebody else to, you know, have a positive outlook on even the negative things, you know, that you might have to deal with in life.
That's what's up.
now, Faith. This is smooth.
You know,
Faith.
it's all you got to go through that in order to know the difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
True.
I have a question for you, Faith. Now that you're back, and hopefully you don't go nowhere ever again, but now that you're back in the grind of things, does it feel like you never even left? I mean, you're saying you're on the road state to state. Are you just jumping back in full throttle, or are you going to get your feet a little wet first to jump back in, or how are you going to do this thing? We want you all the way
Well,
back.
right now, you know, the album dropped Tuesday, October 5th, so it is in stores now and online on iTunes, you know. But I'm just doing the promo run right now for a couple of weeks. I will be doing some touring, you know, later in the year, you know, probably around the holidays. But right now, because, you know, the album release was so close to the kids going back to school, I'm not, like, going to be just bam on the road right now. I'm about to go home, check on the kids, make sure everything's good, and I'll go back out and do some shows and stuff so I can get to, you know, see some more of my people, because, of course, I can't cover every region that I have fans in a 2-week run, but I definitely, you know, want to try and cover those bases and just be able to go and show some love and give some hugs and take some pictures and sing some songs, you know, everywhere that I know I have, you know, that I have fans.
Oh, that you have fans. You have a lot of fans. Trust me.
Mega
You don't realize how much we got hit up when we said we was going to have Faith Evans on BKS1radio.com, and also the people that's tuning in tonight just to hear your CD review that we're going to do, because we actually rated with the listeners on a scale from 1 to 5. 5 meaning it's super hot. 4 means an excellent song.
I can't wait to see the outcome.
Yeah. Well, let's tune in. Tune in.
Yeah, trust me. So
they keep it real.
I hope I'm teetering past 2.5.
Well, please,
definitely.
If what we just did about an hour of some of your classics. Please, and everybody's just getting ready to say, is it going to be a 5 or a 5.5?
You know what?
There you go.
A new scale.
And you know what? And it's funny. It's funny because I'm so defensive of you, Faith. And look, I only weigh $105, but I think I actually could be your security, because somebody said something in the chat, and it wasn't a diss, but they were saying compared to your last albums or whatever like that, on this one, vocally you didn't display all you can do and your range and all that. And I'm like, what is you crazy? Like, I'm just listening. Like I said, no disrespect to nobody in the chat room, but even this song Gone Already, I was listening to her riffs and her runs and her do those notes, and I would say, oh my God, this woman is just incredible. I'm like, do Faith even really know how bad she is? Do she know she's one of the greatest voices?
Definitely.
One of the greatest voices of our time. When people talk about Whitney Houston, Patti LaBelle, they got to say Faith Evans in the same breath.
That's true.
Yeah. And this is real talk.
Wow, thank you. That's good company to be in. But, I mean, again, everybody, I say this, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Some think more than others.
I don't got one.
I mean, you know, that's no diss to every. You know, I'm that's fine. You know, I don't take for granted that people just gonna love my music. So I mean, that's fine. Whoever, you know, for that person that feels that way. But I definitely put my heart and my soul into, you know, making it diamond every time I go in. You know, that's time out of my day for my kids. So I ain't going in there to be BSing, you know. But you know, hopefully they'll, you know, hear something else on the album and feel differently, or get a chance to really listen to the album, because they obviously really wasn't listening too deeply, you know. But again, you know, that's fine. I don't expect that. Oh my God, everybody likes my music, so I'm definitely appreciative to hear you guys saying that. You know, to put me in the company of a Whitney and Patti and all of that. I'll take it.
Now
I'll take it.
You know why? Not only should you take that, but we also played the tribute that you sung, "You Are My Friend" to Patti LaBelle. We played that a little while ago
Oh,
on BKS1
wow.
Radio, and once again, I'm not even going to front. Again, chills, goosebumps. But nobody. It's hard. It's hard for somebody to follow and sing a Patti LaBelle song. If you sing it, you got to come correct.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen a tear in Patty's eye when you was singing that,
Yeah,
Faith,
man.
and I said, "Damn! If Faith did not nail that song and then put her own little stank on it, you know what I'm saying? And you did your own little thing with it, yo, you really killed that." I post that link up on everybody's Facebook page.
Yeah,
and like,
man.
this is a singer. This is what a singer is.
Did a tremendous job on that. You are now
Thank you.
You are now talking to Faith Evans
That's
along on BKS1 Radio with Storm, Norm, Smooth P, Chill, Mr. Keep It Real. Faith, musically, I just got one thing. Well, not one thing. A couple more things that has actually. Give me the difference between Faith 1994 when she first came out to Faith Evans 2010. What have you learned? I mean, some people think they know everything. Have you learned something new? Have you developed it more as an artist? Give me the differences between the two Faith Evans.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a whole bunch of differences. I mean, I could go, sit here and think of a list off the top of my head. But, I mean, I think for one, in terms of performance, having already grown into your own as an artist, that only comes from having songs, having records that people know and love. I mean, so it's hugely different when you say when my first record came out and you don't necessarily know. I can't say I've ever felt like, oh, they don't know these records.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, the more hits you acquire, the more, of course, it's easier to get up on stage and you seeing people that know those songs. And,
Absolutely.
singing along with you. That's a beautiful feeling. But even beyond that, I mean, just in the business sense, of course, I've acquired the things that the things that I've gone through and have had to deal with
Mm-hmm.
on the business side. Now I use it as wisdom. I mean, I got sense enough now to
That's
know
what's up.
that I could do an independent deal because I do have fans,
Yes.
and that doesn't mean that I think I'm like the shit of the night, but
Mm-hmm.
I know that somebody out there is waiting. Somebody out there is waiting for my record, and that they'll appreciate it, no matter if it was a year, 2 years, or 3 years. I mean, I think that's probably the major difference. I mean, of course, I've grown vocally and as a producer and writer, but I don't feel like I have to prove myself in that lane. People know I can write. People know that.
Definitely.
So
Yes.
I try and help other people out and let them get on a record with me and co-write to try and get their name out there and start building their publishing catalog. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different things, that I've learned, but it's more about really trying to apply it.
I understand that.
Now,
Trying to and having the opportunity to apply it. So that's a blessing to still even be relevant and have a chance to do it a whole different way this time.
That's what's up.
Now, one of the things everybody says about Faith Evans, and this is Storm Norm, the general. One of the things everybody says about Faith is that she's so real, she's down to earth.
Can't you tell?
And one of the things that people said, please, Norm, ask her, what these past 5 years, what personal trials and tribulations and turmoil have you been dealing with that you're able to talk about?
I mean, most recently, I guess it was pretty much on every blog and headlines. Getting just little things like that. Being arrested or whatever. Anytime something happens, But I mean, I had tough skin way before I was in the music business,
That's
so
what's
Right.
up.
that really never bothered me. Hearing things about yourself, if you know that it's not 100% true. My mother always taught me like bump 'em, man. If you know it ain't accurate, then as long as you know you all right, then don't worry about it. So.
Right.
And you can't explain things to everybody. And I've never been one to want to have to respond and make sure y'all hear what I say and this
Exactly.
really happened, that happened, But I would just say things like that. But I mean, I don't really look at them as like such a big deal like that. You know what I mean? Everybody goes through stuff,
Absolutely.
whether it's legal issues, whether it's emotional, relationship, whatever it is. My kids might be not doing great in school,
Right.
but I ain't having that. So,
And you know what, too?
So basically,
but I mean, I don't really look at anything like that in that sense where, oh my God, I can't pay my mortgage.
Exactly.
What am I?
You know what,
I
Faith?
mean, you got to make it happen.
You know what, Faith? We was just talking about that too, because being in the public eye and life of a celebrity such as yourself and other celebrities, people tend to forget how you are human.
That you're human.
You're human.
Exactly.
You understand
That's
what I'm
the bottom
saying?
line.
You're human.
So everybody's entitled, and not trying to be funny. My name is Keep It Real. You go to the bathroom just like anybody else do. You sleep just like anybody else do.
No
You're
doubt.
not a robot.
No doubt.
So that's where the realness comes in. And I think as a fan, most fans like to hear that. See how you just coming out, you're being real about it, you just like, hey, it is what it is. And that will definitely keep your fanship up at a high number, without a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, anybody that has gotten a chance to, to meet me, whether they're a fan or not, or just, if it's just a simple greeting, I'm always the same me. I try to, be considerate of people and, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Right.
Whether they listen to my music or not, it goes beyond that for me. It's really about the person that you are. And for me, that's the part of what sustains me in God's eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why that plays a huge part in why I am blessed to be able to, still have fans and to be able to come back after 5 years and have people like that really care and want to hear it and,
Right.
That still like think, oh, that's my girl. I like her. I like her.
Faith,
I'm
sorry. At this point in your career, are you still hungry when you make music? I mean, do you still thrive and like feel in your gut that you got to make this great song or this great album, or is it just like every day to you now? It's like waking up and going to sleep.
Is it passionate or is it business now?
Oh, no. I mean, if it was about just business, I wouldn't have taken 5 years either. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I could have been done a different deal. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was more about, first and foremost, everything got to be right at home, I got 4 kids, so there's no way that I could really, I wouldn't be me if it was just all about, the career side. I love what I do. I love my job, but it is not my whole life. And actually, I've taken it, the opportunities that I have in front of me because of people knowing me because of my music and, moving on to other entrepreneurial ventures. I mean, I'm doing a bunch of stuff right now that may not be music related, but it's, the only because people connect with me because of my music that allowed me to even be able to do these other things. So, but that's not 100% what it's about, a check or this and that. I mean, I did an indie deal, so the dollars is way different.
Right,
but
exactly.
It's about, I know that my fans want to hear some Faith Evans music. So when I go in there, I told you, I don't be in there just pussyfooting around in the studio. I mean, I'm in there trying to come up with some hot songs, and if I don't feel it, I don't feel it. There's plenty of stuff I started on that I'm like, that ain't hot. I just don't feel, there's stuff that, that's not on the album that I started on, but it's more about what I think my fans want to hear from me. And I really don't change up that formula, you know what I'm saying? This album and every album after here is the new adventures of the same old Faith. You know what I mean? I'm not really going to tamper with that formula.
Like
we appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got to hit you. This is Storm. I got to hit you with a real question. And I know I was going to ask you this question anyway before people was texting me and the whole nine and sending us emails. But is there a day that goes by that you don't think about Big? Real talk.
Oh, that's impossible. I mean, that's impossible.
I respect that.
I mean, CJ, I have not only an extension of his legacy in my son CJ, but I mean, that he was a huge part of my life, and the legacy that he's left. I mean, beyond that, even if I didn't have his son, you still hear his records every time you turn on the radio. So I mean, that would be impossible in a total lie if I was to say, no. But I think at some point, having gone through such a tragic loss and that being the first person that I've lost that I was that close to, I mean, at this point, it's more like a celebration, to hear his music on the radio, the fact that they were able to do the movie about him, it just reminds us of how special he was to so many people, So, I mean, I definitely look at it as a celebration now. Like, it's no, of course, but we know that he's not coming back. So, it's no more like really mourning. I can't say I never get sad or never get emotional, but for the most part, it's really just being happy that I was able to be a part of his life, and that got to know this person, you know, for who he really is, was beyond the music, which is music, you know.
Okay.
Even right now, it still sounds fresh and new. It still sounds like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, that's
No
true.
doubt. Now, Faith, you still there? Faith still there?
Yeah. She's
Okay. Yeah. Real quick. Now, I know for the millionth and first time, I'm going to ask you this question, but I'd be remiss not to ask it for our fans. And once again, you are now live with BKS1 Radio with Smooth P, Storm Norm, and Chill Mr. Keep It Real. We are talking with Faith Evans.
One and only.
Your portrayal in the movie, were you happy with that?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. Were you happy with how you were portrayed it? Really?
Okay.
Definitely.
Do you think
Yeah.
Antoinette did a great
I mean,
job?
I didn't expect anything, you know, different. I mean, it's not like I was nervous, like, what are they going to say about me? I mean, it is what it is, and our relationship was what it was, and I still have a great relationship with pretty much everybody that, was a part of his life. All the people that I met, C's and Eno and D-Rock and everybody from Brooklyn, and you know what I'm saying, and especially Miss Wallace. So, I mean, I never expected anything different. Actually, when she was coming to California to do her meetings with the studio for the movie, before everything was really like, greenlit, she always stays at my house when she comes to California because she don't really like
that's
coming
what's
out
up,
there.
Faith.
She
That's what's
only
up.
feels comfortable staying at my house. So I would take her to her meetings, and I would sit out there in the waiting room, and then somebody will tap me like, "Oh, you don't want to come in?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not trying to infiltrate. You know what I mean? I'm here just as this. I'm just playing my position. But at the same time, I did get a chance to see the script. But everybody who was portrayed in the movie, got a chance to look at the parts of the script that involved their likeness, and we all had to sign off on it. So I mean.
Really?
That's
Really?
an
I would
excellent
say
point.
if someone didn't like it, then they probably shouldn't have signed
Now,
off on it.
now you know what my favorite part in the movie, and I want to know what was this true? While we got Faith Evans on BKS1 Radio,
We got to get it in.
when you punched the chick at the hotel, was that part true? Because I love that part. I was like,
Funny.
I said, "That's my dog." When she did that in the movie, I said, "That's my dog." I
she's
love
laughing.
it.
Now,
That
Faith,
makes
don't
sense.
answer that yet. We're going to take a quick between us three here interviewing you. I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say sensationalized for the movie.
I'm going to say true by the giggles
No.
that she just gave.
All right,
All right, go ahead, Faith.
go ahead, Faith.
No, that was accurate.
I could
That's
tell
what I'm talking
because
about.
she was snicking
But,
and
I mean-
reminiscing.
But the only difference, the girl wasn't a white girl.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the only thing that was changed. Just probably, I don't know for what purposes, but there's a couple of minor things that I guess for cinematic reasons,
Absolutely.
they weren't exact, or maybe they wanted
Right.
you to question that part again, like, oh, I know it was a white girl, but no, it wasn't.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Wow.
Now-
wow.
I mean, not that he probably hadn't been with a bunch of white girls.
I feel you. I ain't mad at you, girl.
Leave
I just
Dick
didn't
alone.
catch
Leave my
it.
brother alone.
Now, let me say this, too, and one more question from me. I want to talk about it, and I want to know, is it true? Are you doing a reality series also, chronicling your life? Is that any truth to that? It's all about Faith? Or can you talk about
actually,
that?
That was something that I was gonna do before. I just shot a pilot for a reality show, but it's actually called The First Ladies. It's with me and Misa Hilton, son Justin's mom.
Nice.
Wow.
All right.
And so it's not so much like all in my life as like my house and my home, not like that. It's more about us being friends since back in the Bad Boy days, and still, being relevant in the music business itself, but having moved on to other entrepreneurial ventures. Like I'm launching a line of hair care products
Get that paper,
called
girl.
Glass Hair Products.
Okay.
She's doing her thing in fashion and with her hairline and her online boutique. And then we both have kids that are about to go to college. So it's kind of
Wow.
more about us balancing the businesswoman side, maintaining the friendship from so long, having been through so many different things since that time, and really being able to know that's someone who I know knows a lot about a lot of those things. So we can talk whether it's every 6 months, it'll pick up back where we left off, you know what I mean? Just because of that history. So it's not quite that show. It's a different show.
Get
Okay.
that paper, girl.
And I'm
Goodness
also,
gracious.
I wrote a sitcom that I'm getting a lot of offers for a development deal on. And I'm actually about to play the lead role in this biopic about Florence Ballard's life.
Wow.
I just
Right.
was chosen to do that. So
Oh wow! When you
Yeah.
start shooting that, you started shooting already, or
in January.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
If you
January.
if in your new sitcom there's a radio station
Yeah, there-
scene in
there we
there,
go.
for
BKS1
with Art
radio.
Thou,
Okay.
I am chill, and he is.
Storm Norm the General.
I think y'all would be better on the reality show, though.
Oh, most
real.
definitely.
Y'all are
Oh man,
I got a
Hey,
question.
hey, look, whenever you in Jersey, though, you can come to the office
Definitely.
at BKS1radio.com.
Yeah,
Definitely. You'll love it here.
Trust me, we didn't
Oh,
have that.
y'all in Jersey? Are you serious?
Yes,
yeah, no
ma'am.
doubt.
We're
No
in
doubt.
Jersey.
Word
No
up.
wonder. I knew I liked y'all.
Oh man, look, she gonna get off the phone and be like, corny. Jersey. No, I'm just like,
Nah, but you know what? It's funny. We had everybody on the show from Lisa Ray to Melba Moore to
Phil Perry.
Phil Perry,
Michael
Michael
John
John
White.
White,
Yeah, man.
Melanie Fiona. You know what I'm saying?
Juvenile.
And I'm not going to front. I've been asking for a year till we got to get Faith Evans on BKS1
Yeah.
Radio. That's my girl. I've been
got it.
hearing so much positive things about you just as a person overall. You know, and I was
Oh,
excited.
that's wonderful.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good to hear.
Definitely. I was excited. And then you from Newark. I mean, you used to
That's
live
what she
in
said.
Newark.
I sure
Jersey
am.
Brick
Stand up.
City.
Straight
That's
from the
what's
brick.
up. Yeah.
Brick City.
Yeah, that's what's up. Now,
Y'all can call me
Big.
Big City from the brick.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's my alias.
Faith, I want to go back to the music side. How do you feel about the state of music right now? What's your thoughts about it? Like, are you happy with the state of music right now? Do you think it could get better? Do you think it's a lot of garbage floating around out there? Like, what's your take on it right now?
And Faith don't need auto-tune, y'all. Faith
She
don't
definitely
need
don't need no auto tune. If you even know what that is, Faith.
Well, you know what? As an artist and a creative mind, you know, I have to respect, you know, anyone that manages to find an audience for their creative interpretation. That's honest. I mean, that doesn't mean that, you know, I want to hear everybody's album and love it, but I do respect that. You know, I understand that. So, and you know, times change. I mean, there was a time when what I do, you know, may have been like looked frowned upon. The whole, you know, coming from the church, and I mean, even when I first was trying to get in the business, you know, they used to look at it like it's devil music if it ain't gospel, you know, like.
Right.
But it's a different generation. It's a new day. Technology has stepped up so much that it allows people the chance to get out there. I mean, I can't lie. If I didn't have a deal and I had all this talent on my hands, I can't say I wouldn't be trying to use all of that stuff to let people hear my music. But, I mean, it also opens the window for things that may not be so great. But, I mean, that's up to the audience to decide. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm going to keep doing what I do, and, you know, as long as there's people out there that want to hear and like what I do, then that ain't going to change. So, you know, like they was like the people, I think a couple of months back I was doing some interviews, and they were like, you know, the albums are over. You know, it's all about singles. I was like, nuh-uh, because my album is about to come out.
That's what's
Right.
up.
Like, I'm doing a whole album. I'm not about to just do no singles.
Now, Faith,
But I mean, you know, again, I just, you know, I don't really measure my success in numbers, and you know, of course, I want to sell records. That's why I'm out here beating the road. But at the same time, you know, okay, I may not be, you know, I've never been the top seller and blah blah blah. That's cool. I'll take it as long as people, you know, as long as first of all the foundation of who I am stays intact.
there you go.
You know, whether I could make another record or not, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy if I'm able to still be a good person that understands that can try and help somebody else in whatever way. I mean, that's with or without the music side. You know, but then, you know, as long as as long as I know that people out there support my music and want to hear it, then, you know, I'm not gonna stop that. You know, until they tired of me.
Real music. Real music.
Most
Love it.
definitely. So, are you ready for a Faith Evans concert tour? Are you ready for that?
I'm not yet. Remember, I got to go back home and check on my kids.
Got to check on the chair right now. I'm not mad at you for that.
I'm actually probably we gearing up. We're putting something together. I'm just trying to you know, trying to put the right thing together.
Right.
You know, the right with the right opening act, and you know, the right venues. I like doing those smaller, intimate venues where I really can see my fans and, you know, shout somebody out. Like, I see you in the green shirt. You know, I love being able to see people, and that makes them feel good too, when they know that you recognizing them, and then I can meet them afterward. Like, yeah, I saw you sing as soon as I get home, girl. You know what I'm saying? I much prefer those type of venues. So right now we just working on trying to line up, you know, a nice intimate venue, House of Blues, B.B. King type of,
Nice.
you know, venues like that. But I'm definitely going to go out. I just don't have, you know, a routing put together yet.
Musically, what's
Mm-hmm.
left for Faith Evans to do before she gets out of this game? What's left for you? What else do you have to do?
Wow. You know, I don't know. I mean, I can't pinpoint this one thing. You know, that's a hard one to say. Musically, I don't know. I mean, because it ain't really, I can't say, oh, I want to win this award, that award, because, you know, that doesn't equate me everything.
90 seconds.
I would just say, just to be able to continue to have those staples out there. I mean, for as long as my voice will allow and my brain will allow, you know. I don't know. That's a hard one to answer, to be honest.
Then keep on
I
going.
can't say what I have to do musically, because I still haven't, you know, I'm still working toward achieving whatever that might be. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Faith Evans, the First Lady, representing the Brick City. And if you want to know what that thing is, that's something about Faith, keep it locked right here at BKS1radio.com, boo-boo.